Are you ready to see two of the biggest stars in the business go head to head? Will Smith, our favorite Fresh Prince, got into a fight with the great Denzel Washington. And the reason they are fighting is the most shocking thing you can imagine. How are you all? Today, we'll talk about a meeting between Will Smith and Denzel Washington that was pretty tense. Don't forget the current Oscar mess? Well, people are still feeling the effects. People talk about devilish ties, possible cases, and public disapproval, as well as a few mistakes made by celebrities. People, get your popcorn. As I learn more about this Hollywood fight, I see that one of Hollywood's most famous actors, Will Smith, has had to deal with a lot of backlash in the form of fights with other famous people. Smith's famous fight at the Oscars, which has become known as the Oscars slap in recent years, has been a major cause of the current trouble. Surprisingly, one of Smith's most recent fights is with the well-known star Denzel Washington. This fight seems to have started with a joke that Washington made that didn't seem to be a big deal. In it, he indirectly called Smith the devil. There's a proverb, if the devil doesn't bother you, you're probably doing something wrong. Washington found himself in the middle of a conversation about the Oscar incident while also talking about his faith and job. Notably, he used an old saying about how the devil acts as a metaphor for how people should act, according to Washington's understanding. When the devil ignores a person, it usually means that person has done something wrong. When the devil comes right up to a person, on the other hand, it could be a sign that they are trying to do something right. Washington's interpretation of this talk about the devil as a metaphor gives the Oscar slap an interesting new angle, according to his analysis. At the Oscars, the high-stakes drama played out like a dance with the devil eager to join in. So, this theory emphasizes the idea that something bad was going on during that famous night. Conversely, when Satan comes after you, it could be that you are trying to do something right. Also, Washington's point of view struck a chord with many people, including the well-known comic Dave Chappelle. Chappelle said about the situation that Smith seemed to have finally broken through his mask of perfection. He said it felt like, well, let the mask of perfection finally fall. Will Smith's memorable slap of Chris Rock at the Oscars was followed by a show-stopping chain of events. In the middle of all the chaos, there was an amazing moment backstage that will stay in the thoughts of everyone who was there. This conversation between Denzel Washington, Will Smith, Tyler Perry, and Smith's manager was interesting. Denzel Washington said that the details of this important talk were deep and full of prayers, support, and expressions of unity. A picture taken during the play became the talk of the town because it showed what was happening. Right after the slap, Denzel talked to Smith in a serious way, while Chris Rock seemed to be waiting for an apology. At the same time, Jada Pinkett Smith was reportedly telling Will to keep doing what he was doing. The picture said a lot, and it was clear that Denzel was trying to calm things down. But he decided not to talk about the details of the conversation. Instead, he focused on the importance of being grateful and not making snap decisions when people are upset. Fans were very interested in what was being said backstage. Many fans noticed how different Denzel and Tyler Perry's responses were and praised them for their calmness and kindness in the face of so much bad press. Denzel said that the talk was important, but he didn't say what it was about. One fan said, "This picture is cold," which added to the puzzle of what happened. The picture was taken right after the slap. Chris Rock wants someone to say sorry. Will Smith's girlfriend, Jada, tells him to go back and hit him again. Denzel Washington was trying to make everyone feel better. Still another fan said something. The picture of Tyler Perry and Denzel Washington walking up to Will Smith after he threw the slap the damn world has stayed with me. When Will threw the slap the damn world, everyone got pitchforks, but Denzel and Tyler were ready with poise and kindness. Most people don't deserve compassion, but they often need it. People had very different reactions to the picture of Denzel Washington and Tyler Perry comforting Will Smith after the Oscars. Some people in the crowd didn't like how they chose to comfort the person who started the fight instead of the person who was hurt by it. One person said that he didn't like it. It's disgusting that Denzel and Tyler tried to make the attacker feel better instead of the person who was hurt. But there was a counter-argument, and some people spoke up to support what Denzel and Tyler did. They talked about how close the three of them were as friends and said that it was normal for close friends to check on each other, especially in times like these. They are his good friends, as one person put it. They would definitely check on him. I don't want anything less. Another observer praised Denzel and Tyler for their support, which added to the strength of this case. The idea behind this was that everyone makes mistakes at some point in their lives, and real friends are there to help during those hard times, which are often when people grow the most. Bravo, Denzel and Tyler. You did what you should have. When you fall, your friends are there to help you get back up. In life, people make mistakes. Where you grow is in the dark. Even so, the argument kept going on Twitter, and one user made a harsh comparison to show that he didn't like what Denzel and Tyler did. It's like a drunk driver hits someone and everyone is checking on the drunk driver. Denzel's talk with Will Smith is still a bit of a mystery, but it is known that Denzel gave Will Smith some good advice. Denzel just told me, be careful when you're at the top of your game. The devil will come after you then. Will thanked Denzel for this piece of advice, which he said came from his years of being in the public eye, when he thanked him for Best Actor at the Academy Awards. But not everyone could see it that way. This unexpected fight took place at the Oscars, which is an important event that celebrates the best of films. Some watchers were less forgiving of Will's actions because of the prestige of the event and because they didn't expect so much drama among the elite attendees. Here's a reminder of what happened at that exciting Oscar ceremony, in case anyone has forgotten. Will Smith didn't like it when Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's bald head. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on the face in response to the joke, which sent shockwaves through the crowd. Oh, wow. After the unexpected thing happened, stars like Lupita Nyong'o, Nicole Kidman, and Serena Williams were caught on camera with shocked looks on their faces. The fight didn't end there, though. Jim Carrey, when talking about the situation, said that he was horrified that Smith got a standing ovation and that it was a sign of a bigger problem in Hollywood. I felt terrible. The standing applause made me feel sick. I felt like Hollywood is just weak. En masse. After the slap won 6, the host of the Academy Awards was as shocked as everyone else. She wanted to talk about what was happening on stage, but she couldn't get past her own disbelief. Sykes admitted, but, if I'm being honest, I think it kind of put everyone on hold. I was in shock. So, after what happened at the Oscars, Will Smith didn't like Denzel Washington very much. The two big names in Hollywood had a conversation that made Smith feel a little old. Will didn't like it when Denzel compared Smith's best moment to the devil. He took the comparison to be about him. Is it fair or going too far? I can't wait to know what you think. Please leave a comment below, and let's keep talking. Folks, that's all for now. Thanks so much for spending the day with me. If you enjoyed it as much as I did, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, click subscribe so you don't miss out on all the juicy news I have planned for you. Keep the comments coming until the next time, and keep being awesome.